Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. So, Ritual, Song of Creation, Noxious Revival for a Ritual. Draw 2. Ritual. Okay, draw cards. Ritual. We will Ritual. We will Ritual. Ritual. And Ritual. Noxious Revival, a Ritual. Woo! Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. So last week, our winning card was Song of Creation, which means today we are heading to Modern for a deck that is basically a one-card combo deck. Essentially this deck, we play Song of Creation, hopefully on turn 3, proceed to draw literally our entire deck and win the game. So that's our plan for today, but let's talk about the deck, jump right to the game, see how this ridiculously sweet combo deck works. So first off, we got Jiggatha as our companion, mostly because it's a free roll. We could basically just play whatever we wanted anyway and have Jiggatha. The mana production is nice. Being a 5/5 is actually even more relevant. There are some games where just going on the beatdown plan is key if our opponent can stop our combo, but mostly it's just a free roll companion, so we have an extra card in hand. As far as the combo itself though, Song of Creation is what it's all about. So Song of Creation, 4 mana Temur enchantment. We get to play an extra land each turn. More importantly, whenever we cast a spell, we get to draw 2 cards. Beginning of our end step, we got to discard our hand. That's not really a big deal because we're planning on winning the turn that we resolve Song of Creation, and we do have a backup plan in case we fizzle to get around that drawback anyway. So how do you actually win the game on turn 3 with Song of Creation? The key is the rest of our deck is filled with free spells or spells that generate mana. So, for example, we have Utopia Sprawl, Wild Canter, Pentad Prism. These are all technically free spells. They cost 1 or 2 mana, but they immediately can give back that 1 or 2 mana. These cards in the early game ramp us into Song of Creation. We really need like 5 mana to start with Song of Creation on turn 3 to win the game. So these cards, essential to the turn 3 kill, giving us enough mana to get Song down with a little extra mana to get started. They also are great with Song of Creation. Like after we're comboing, Wild Canter is just pay a mana, draw 2 cards, but we can immediately sack it to get back that mana. So essentially all these cards are just free draw 2s, which keep us churning through our deck. Then we have some cards that actually generate mana. Desperate Ritual, Pyretic Ritual can ramp us into Song of Creation, but mostly they're for after we have Song. When we can cast them, we net 1 extra mana and we get 2 cards for free, which makes them absolutely absurd. And as we go through our entire deck in a big combo turn, these cards give us some mana to eventually cast our finishers and win the game. Otherwise, Noxious Revival, Manamorphose, more free spells. Manamorphose, a free draw 3 essentially, which is absurd. Noxious Revival, a free draw 2 because we can play Phyrexian mana, and it can put a Ritual back on top of our deck to make even more mana to keep casting more spells if we need to. As far as closing out the game, we got 2 plans. Grape Shot or Lab Maniac. So Grape Shot, we just cast 20 random spells as we draw our deck and eventually storm off for 20 to our opponent's face, or we can play Lab Maniac, and since most of our card draw, like our Rituals, Manamorphose, or Instants, even if our opponent has removal, we just keep casting spells with a removal spell in the stack, draw the rest of our deck, close out the game with Laboratory Maniac static ability. The last card I want to mention, Flame Jab. So Flame Jab, this is our fizzle protection. So normally, most of the time, we play Song of Creation, we win that turn, having to discard our hand and our end step, not a drawback at all. Well, if things do go wrong, Flame Jab is our way we can restart the combo because we can retrace it from our graveyard and it only costs a mana to cast. So let's say we play Song of Creation, we fizzle off with our combo. Next turn, if we draw a spell, that's great. We cast a spell, we draw 2, we go back into our combo, win the game. If we draw a land though, Flame Jab can let us discard that land to draw 2 cards when we cast Flame Jab, and then those 2 cards will hopefully restart our combo and let us finish the process of storming off, winning with Lab Maniac, winning with Grape Shot, whatever. Anyway, that is the absurdity of Song of Creation combo for Modern. Let's jump into the game, see this insane deck in action. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap-up. If you enjoyed today's deck, make sure to purchase it from our sponsor, Card Kingdom. For a limited time, you can get a Scoop Soldier sticker for free if you mention Scoop Soldier in your order notes during checkout. Alright, Against the Odds time, we are playing Song of Creation combo, and we got no song. We will mulligan. Alright, this hand's pretty excellent. We can put Lab Maniac to the bottom. So, I mean, we have ramp into Song of Creation into hopefully win the game. Sounds right. I mean, so turn 1, Opponent leads on Scattered Groves. Well, Stomping Grounds, untapped. Utopia Sprawl on blue, red, blue. Let's go red. Pass the turn. So I think this should hopefully be, I mean, if things go well, this should hopefully be a turn 3 win. Wins up, Deeth. Opponent cracks. Because we can, next turn we can Pentad Prism X2. That gets us to 6 mana, so we can Song of Creation and Manamorphose the following turn. That's the hope anyway. Opponent, we'll see what our opponent's doing if they can slow us down. Alright, opponent's playing Enchantress. We don't really care about that. We will Pentad Prism. We will play a Scalding Tarn. Pass the turn. Well, I mean, we're off to the races. We'll see what happens. Turn 3 is pretty fast. We could Jingotha first, but I expect it just dies to Enchantressy removal. I guess our opponent could have, like, Banishing Light type stuff. Mesa Enchantress, sure. Opponent gets in, hits us. Well, we are going to attempt to win the game. We will see. We just got to hit, like, a ritual or two, but our deck is all rituals and free spells, so odds of winning are pretty high. We'll crack Scalding Tarn. Take a Steam Vents. Tapped. Untap. Another Manamorphose is good. So we will play the Island, play Song of Creation. We too have enchantments. Except ours win the game on turn 3. Off to a good start. Opponent, what do you say, what do you say? So remove this. Red, blue, Manamorphose. Draw 3 cards. Add red, blue. Pyretic Ritual. Draw a couple cards. Manamorphose. Draw 3 cards. Blue, red. Manamorphose. Actually, let's play this land. Misty Rainforest, crack Misty Rainforest, then the deck. Get a Breeding Pool untapped. Manamorphose. Red, blue. Pentad Prism. Blue, red. Draw a couple cards. Yeah, I think our enchantment is better than our opponent's entire Enchantress deck. White, blue, another Prism, Wild Canter. Draw a couple cards. What's next? Remove a counter, Utopia Sprawl on red. Manamorphose. Are we fizzling? Blue, red. Okay, we drew a Canter, so we're still going. We haven't hit many rituals. We have a ton of rituals in our deck. That's not a ritual. Alright, Serum Vision. Okay, there's a ritual. That's good. Bottom and we can leave that on top. Red, red. Desperate Ritual. Draw a couple cards. Noxious Revival. Get back Manamorphose. Draw a couple cards. Ritual. Draw a couple cards. And I think we're good now. Oh no! Oh no, that's not a ritual. Eey, that was a mistake. That was a definite mistake. Hopefully that does not come back to haunt us. That was just a misclick. I think we're still okay, but that was awkward. Ritual. Noxious Revival. Get back Ritual. Ritual. I don't think we need to splice. Ritual. There's all of our rituals hanging out at the bottom of our library. Ritual. Where's our finishers? We do need a finisher. Manamorphose. Both of our Grape Shot and our Lab Maniac are at the very bottom. Okay, there's Lab Maniac. So now we should be good. We can add blue, Lab Maniac. Well, that was closer than I was hoping because Lab Maniac was at the very bottom. Laboratory Maniac. And now we just cast Instance until our opponent dies. Ritual. Trigger Song of Creation. Add some mana. Ritual. And that is a turn 3 kill. Well, yeah, that was pretty impressive, I would say. Yeah, it's just like turn 3 combo. That's fast. That was so easy. We just literally went through our entire deck on turn 3 and won with Lab Maniac. Oh, I guess I am super silly. Our hand is so big, I forgot that we had Grape Shot from a million years ago, so we could have won way earlier. But, well, at least we didn't show our opponent Grape Shot. But the question about where's our grape shot, the answer is it was in the other half of our hand. Well, that was pretty good. Pretty good. The only thing about this deck is I'm not actually sure how we line up against Enchantress, because we can't interact with enchantments. So if our opponent has stacksy enchantments that make our stuff more expensive, that is going to make things much more difficult. What do we want to change is a question. Do we want removal, or do we just want to stick to our plan of comboing as consistently as possible and trying to win on turn 3? I mean, I guess the upside is we got a companion, so worst case we go Jingotha beatdown. Oh, here comes the 5/5. Do we want to change a thing? Yeah, our removal hits artifacts, but not enchantments. I don't think we want Pact of Negation. Defense Grid, no. Tormod Script, no. If we're gonna bring in anything, it's just gonna be like Radiant Flames or a Braid. Let's just run it back. I'm not super scared of our opponent just like running out an Enchantress on turn 3, because we're just trying to like win the game on turn 3. Well, we reveal our companion, our Elky friend. Song of Creation, Waste Tramp into it, Rituals. Sounds like a deal. We will keep. Could use another land or two. Opponent plays the Plains. And Mythrealize, sure. I mean, that will kill us eventually, but hopefully we're faster than that. Breeding Pool, tapped, past the turn. So how quickly can we win with this hand if we're willing to Ritual? This gets us to 4 mana, 5 mana, 6 mana. Song of Creation, Desperate Ritual. We could try to go off on turn 3 again, technically. If our opponent doesn't have... Wow. Okay, here they come. Yeah, opponent... I don't know if they realized how Mythrealize worked. I'm gonna go with no. And, oh boy. Shame Scoop. Well, I think that's okay. That's okay. I honestly think, let's see what we would have drawn. Land, that's fine. So what we would have done if our opponent didn't Shame Scoop is this turn, land, and Pentad Prism up to 4 mana. Next turn, we can land up to 5 mana. Desperate Ritual up to 6 mana. Song of Creation, have 2 rituals and an extra land drop in hand, and odds of us just winning the game next turn are really high. So opponent might have actually saved themselves with the Shame Scoop of having to sit through us casting our entire deck next turn, because we definitely had it. We definitely had it, and I don't think they were going to stop us. All right, that went spectacularly. That shows the power, the power. Sweet. All right, against the odds time, we are comboing off with Song of Creation and mulliganing off. I mean, with Song of Creation. Oh, 2 songs, no lands. 2 songs, no lands. All right, well, this we will keep. This hand's not good, though. We'll put a Noxious Revival and a Ritual to the bottom. Yeah, this is bad. Not good, not good. That no land all song hand makes me very sad. Well, Misty, Rain, Forest, crack it. Grab a Steam Vents, untapped. And Serum Visions. Bottom. I mean, step 1 is find Song of Creation. Opponent. Arid Mesa. And passes. Wooded Foothills. Crack it. Get a Forest. And we'll just Prism. Well, we're gonna be pretty well set up if we can find Song. We even have the Noxious Revival to get things started. We can Noxious Revival back Serum Visions if we have to. Well, here we go, opponent. Opponent cracks Arid Mesa. Gets a Plains. Untaps. Hopefully they're not playing like Jeskai Control. Plains, okay. Oh, Simian Spirit Guide. Are we getting Blood Moon? Okay, Blood Moon. That's fine. Blood Moon doesn't do a whole lot. Alright, untap. Okay, Song of Creation. So, we will Ritual. Alright, cast a Ritual. Do we cast 1 or 2 is the question. Ritual. I think we're going to cast both. Ritual. Green, blue. Song of Creation. Noxious Revival for a Ritual. Draw 2. Alright. Well, Canter does keep us going. So we get to play Canter. Draw 2. Wooded Foothills. Desperate Ritual. Draw 2. Manamorphose. Let's go blue, red. Ritual. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got the turn 3 kill. Draw cards. Ritual. We will ritual. We will canter. We will ritual and ritual and ritual. Noxious Revival, a ritual. Woo! Going off, going off. We will canter, ritual. We will play Manamorphose. Draw some cards. Blue, green, ritual. Draw some cards. Noxious Revival, a ritual. Draw some cards. Prism. Draw some cards. Ritual. Draw some cards. This is a decent turn. A decent turn through the Blood Moon. And then, I mean, I guess we just Grape Shot you. We can do it in any number of ways, but Grape Shot you, draw some cards. Woo! We could have went on the Lab Mania kill, but that's a decent turn 3, I'll say. Not bad. Not bad. Turn 3. Bonus said WTF. Woo! Song of Creation. Yeah, well, that's what the deck can do. That's what the deck can do. Opponent, Blood Moons. Blood Moons, Blood Moons. I don't think we really care that much about Blood Moons. They're probably playing, like, Land Destruction, though. What hate cards are we worried about? And how do we fight through them? Do we want Pact Negation? Do we want Braids? I guess we probably need artifact removal, I would say. Let's bring in 2 Braids and the Ancient Grudge. Go down a Canter, a Manamorphose, and a Ritual. Run it like that. Wow, this deck is good at winning on turn 3 if we have Song of Creation. Oh boy. That was, what, Multi 5? Doesn't matter. I mean, Song of Creation is worth any number, like, literally your deck. It is worth the number of cards in your deck once it hits the battlefield. So, mulliganing aggressively for it is usually a decent plan. Okay, yeah. Well, Jingatha, revealed. We got a Song of Creation. This looks like a Snap Keep. Yeah, sure. Sure. Does Blood Moon beat us? Maybe. Arid Mesa. Opponent. Passing. Oh, we gotta go. Even though there's probably Undestruction. Breeding Pool untapped. Utopia Sprawl. Please don't Blood Moon us. Opponent cracks. Sacred Foundry. Tapped. Well, Utopia Sprawl on. I guess we go red. Pass the turn. Blood Moon here is really, really devastating. Plains. Chalice. Chalice is not that devastating. Opponent passing. Oh, even drew the Grudge. Well, let's play Prism. Stomping Grounds untap just in case. Pass the turn. Well, I think, assuming nothing goes horribly wrong, I think there's a decent chance we just win the game next turn. Plains. So opponent has Blood Moon. Okay. That does make it a bit harder, but I think we still win. So opponent passes. We get to Desperate Ritual. Desperate Ritual. Blue, green. Song of Creation. Noxious Revival. It's going to get countered, but we get to draw 2 for free. Island is not bad. Play the Island. Prism. Red, blue. Draw 2. Noxious Revival. Draw 2. Play the land. Remove a counter. Prism. Actually, no. Don't remove a counter. That's a bad idea. Let's Manamorphose. Draw 3. Blue, red. Prism. Draw 2. I think now we have to green, red. I think we have to Ancient Grudge, Chalice. Draw 2. We really need a Ritual. Canter. Draw 2. Ooh. Alright, so we will Serum Visions, draw 2. Oh, that's awkward. Bottom, top. Yeah, pass the turn. So we did end up fizzling, which is a little awkward. We'll see what our opponent can do. We are set up to run it back next turn. If our opponent has Graveyard Hate, that would beat us. Rule of Law. That's also pretty bad. And a land. Wow, that is interesting. Interesting. So we can only play one spell a turn? Well, I guess this means we go to combat, we get in with Canter, hit our opponent, play Jingatha. Ooh, losing that Noxious Revival is actually really bad. Pass the turn. Discard. So we're down to one Noxious Revival? Yeah, this is really awkward. I don't know if we can win now. Rest in peace. Well, we are all in on Jingatha. That is it. If our opponent can also deal with Jingatha, then we definitely lose. Land. Well, alright. Come on, Elk. Come on, Elk. Misty Rainforest. Go to combat. Attack you. Opponent down to 13. Untaps. Chalice on 2. Okay. Well, play the mountain. Get it with Jingatha. I mean, we are locked at every level. This is our only possible way of winning the game. Opponent. All of our win conditions are exiled. It is all up to our companion. Chandra, but that doesn't kill Jingatha. Ticks up. Oh, can't cast it this turn. Can't cast it this turn. Opponent passes. Land. Well, we're going face. Actually, yeah, we're going face. Hit ya. All right, opponent. Can you draw an answer? You have this exact turn, or Jingatha gets it done. They get 2 looks because they have Chandra. Wow, this is a game. Does a backup plan come through the hate? Oh my goodness, that would be spectacular. Oh, opponent has all the hate cards too. Rule of Law, rest in peace. They have them all. They have them all. But can they answer a 5/5 Elk? That is the only question that matters. There's probably an argument to attacking Chandra, but with Chalice on 2, their main removal, like Lightning Helix, can't go at it. So I think going face and just crossing our fingers that the top 2 cards in our opponent's deck do not kill Jingatha or be an Ensnaring Bridge to lock out Jingatha, which shouldn't be in our opponent's deck. I'd be surprised if they still had much creature removal after game 1. They did have the Cast Out, which can answer Song of Creation, but that's gone. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so tense. I assume the odds are in our favor, but we'll see. You never know what the top of the deck holds. Opponent had a lot of hate cards. And fizzled our combo, but Companion coming through. Maybe coming through. We got to see what our opponent draws. Not sure why our opponent's in the tank. I mean, it's literally just the top of the deck. Opponent goes to 3. All right, moment of truth. Opponent draws for the turn. Land. Oh no, oh my goodness, they drew an answer. Wow. Well, I guess we should have maybe killed Chandra. Oh, I can't. Why is Anger of the Gods in their deck? Well, okay. That is something that happened to us. Yeah. Wow, that has all the emotions. Oh, I mean, I still think that's the correct play. The incorrect part is our opponent having, I mean, I guess, I don't even know. Are they thinking we're going to make goblins? Why would they have Anger of the Gods in after sideboarding? To me, that seems like a really interesting decision. Well, Jingatha came up just short through literally all the hate cards possible. You know, I think we're just going to play Jingatha. We will keep. This is probably a absolutely horrible plan, but we can just play Jingatha on turn 2 and go attacking. Leyline, okay. Well, Misty Rainforest. Crack Misty Rainforest. Get a Forest. Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Pass the turn. Flagstones for our opponent. Passes. Well, play a Mountain. Ritual. Jingatha. Pass the turn. All right, opponent. Can you beat a 5/5? Arid Mesa. Opponent cracks it. Plains. Rest in peace. Well, it doesn't kill Jingatha. We untap. Wooded Foothills. Go to combat. Hit you for 5. Play Wild Canter. Pass the turn. Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Down to 12. Trinisphere. Well, crack Wooded Foothills. Take a Breeding Pool tapped. Untap. Combat. Hit our opponent. Well, I mean, we're back to the moment of truth. Can they stop Jingatha? Opponent. Nahiri. Wow. Exiles Jingatha. Well, we will Ancient Grudge Trinisphere. Untap. Go to combat. Hit our opponent. Wild Canter. Pass the turn. Cascading Cataracts for our opponent. Loots with Nahiri. Do they find enough answers? Discards a Blood Moon. Oh my god. Simian Spirit Guide. Oh boy, our opponent is running spectacularly. Play Wooded Foothills. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Opponent blocks. We will Flame Jab the Spirit Guide. Wow. Oh, that is something. I mean, I assume that's just game now. Oh, that is... Wow. Well, we're not going to win this, but wow. Wow. Chalice on 2. Well, we'll crack Wooded Foothills. We will get a Steam Vents tapped. We draw Scalding Tarn. We'll play Scalding Tarn. We'll pass the turn. Oh my goodness. What a ridiculous match. Wow. Well, I mean, I guess on one hand, our opponent has had an absolutely absurd number of hate cards. And, like, absurd. Like, more hate cards than literally any other deck in Modern. And arguably our opponents have had to run really well to stay in this match after we won game 1. Well, Serum Visions. Bottom and bottom. A Braid, unfortunately, doesn't do anything since there is a Nahiri, or a Chalice on 2, rather. Wow. Wow. What a crazy match. I don't know what to say. I literally don't. Well, your go, opponent. But yeah, with Chalice on 2, alright, opponent finds Mass Land Destruction, and we will scoop it up. Wow. That was one of the crazier matches. Even though we didn't win, I think we put up a really impressive showing, considering... Wow. I don't know what else to say other than wow. That was ridiculous. Well, that was quite the match. Huh. All right. Against the odds time, we are creating in Modern. Song of Creation, Wombo, combo, trying to kill you on turn 3. All right. We're up against a Lurrus deck of some kind, and yes, that sounds fine. I mean, we got Song of Creation. We can ramp into Song of Creation. That's what we want. We will keep. We'll see what Lurrus deck our opponent's on. If it's a Thoughtseize deck, that's probably worse for us. Opponent. Bloodstained Maya. Mishra's Bauble. Crack's Bauble takes peek. And I feel like Thoughtseize is a little less popular thanks to people playing Companions. Well, we will Misty Rainforest, crack it, get a Forest, and Utopia Sprawl on blue. Pass the turn. Now, Utopia Sprawl's not bad. I mean, we are not super far away from being able to Song of Creation. Opponent, Thought Scours. Ooh, hits a Kroxa. Yeah, that's not ideal. Well, at least it's going to take a couple turns. Hopefully we can just win before Kroxa comes down. Uh-oh. Okay, Unearth Kroxa. That's fine. We will discard Serum Visions. Scalding Tarn. Opponent, passing. Well, play Wooded Foothills. Pentad Prism. Crack Wooded Foothills. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we take Steam Vents and play Canter. Pass the turn. This gives us a shot at trying to go off next turn, depending on what our opponent can do. Blood Crypt, untapped, and... oh, going to Dismember Canter? Okay. Well, we'll see. What we would love to have happen, the best outcome by far, is our opponent just be like, okay, Lurrus, get back this Bauble. I don't know if I've ever been rooting for a deck to Lurrus Bauble before, but hopefully our opponent does not have Thoughtseize. That's the card we're most worried about. Death Shadow, okay. Opponent passes. Well, I think we're going for it. What do we draw? Ritual. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Song of Creation. Wild Canter. Draw 2. We need a land. Ugh. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Noxious Revival. Put a Dismember to the top of our opponent's deck. Draw 2. Oh, we're fizzling. Oh, that's not good. Sack Canter. Yeah, we're not hitting the lands. Okay, Utopia Sprawl on red. Play an island. Serum Visions. Alright, put on top. Put on top. Play the land. And pass the turn. Yeah, it took us too long to hit our lands. Well, we'll see. Alright, opponent. Can you kill us this turn? That is the question. Opponent ups. If our opponent can't kill us this turn, I think it's impossible for them for us to fizzle. So I need like a bunch of life loss and then also a double strike spell, most likely. I don't think they can get Song off the battlefield. And we have our deck set up, thanks to Serum Visions, where we know we're hitting a spell for next turn. So, and then we're back off to the races. Islet. So I can lose a life. I don't even think we especially care about counters after this. I mean, they're not great, but opponent bolts us. Or bolts themselves. Wow. Is this exactly lethal? Okay. That's fine. We go to 7. We untap. We draw a ritual. So we will ritual, draw 2, add some mana, crack Misty Rainforest, get an island, Serum Visions, draw 2. Flame Jab's actually not horrible. Ooh, 2 rituals on top. Put on top. Put on top. Flame Jab our opponent. Draw the rituals. Desperate Ritual. Draw 2. Okay, there's Lab Maniac. Pyretic Ritual. With the Flame Jab in our graveyard, it's really hard to fizzle now because we can always discard extra land. So this is our protection. So I think we're probably 100% to win from here. Flame Jab our opponent. Draw 2. Canter. Draw 2. Metamorphose. Draw 2. Oh, this deck's so busted. Or draw 3, actually. Green, red. Canter. Draw 2. Desperate Ritual. Flame Jab our opponent. Draw 2. Flame Jab our opponent. Draw 2. Flame Jab our opponent. And it will draw 2. And one more time for funsies. Flame Jab our opponent. And game. It's so good. It's so good. Like it wins. It just wins. That was turn 4, so that was actually a slow draw. All right. So the scary part is our opponent does have ways to interact with what we're doing, and we don't have great ways of dealing with Death Shadow in specific. So we do mostly need to combo. I expect it to get harder. So the upside of going on that Flame Jab kill plan is I expect that it will make our opponent think that will make our opponent think that we are a graveyard-based combo deck, and that might work in our favor. Okay, so I think we want Pact of Negations. Noxious Revival can get back our Song of Creation. So we'll trim maybe like a Canter, a Manamorphose, and a Canter, and try it like that. I mean, same plan. The plan is the same. The plan is always the same. Play Song of Creation, win the game. And, yeah, we'll reveal Jangatha. How's our hand looking? Not great. This hand actually doesn't do anything. So we'll mulligan. Can we keep this? It's definitely not great, but we do have ramp. Yeah, we'll keep it. We will put Flame Jab to the bottom. And we'll see what happens. The downside of this hand is it does mean we need to draw into Song of Creation. The upside is opponent cannot Thoughtseize our Song of Creation. They can Inquisition our Pentad Prism, which is annoying. Yeah, takes a Prism. Yeah, I mean, this is the risk of the combo, is if we don't have Song of Creation, things go much, much worse. Well, Breeding Pool, or Wooded Foils, crack it. Get a Stomping Grounds, I think? Yeah, let's take Stomping Grounds. Run out Wild Canter. We could just Ritual out Jangatha. And go full on Companion mode. I wonder if there's any world where that's correct. It does tap for a bunch of mana, so it lets us cast our Song of Creation, and I can't imagine our opponent left much creature removal in their deck. We might actually do it. We might just go full on backup plan. Companion mode. Opponent, what do you got? What do you got? Thoughtseize. Takes a Ritual. Well, that does mean we can't Jangatha this turn. I think we would have done it. Watery Grave, untapped. Opponent passes. Well, play the land, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll just pass. We're actually not even going to attack here. We don't really want to put our opponent to Death Shadow life total. They can probably get there on their own, but opponent, Thought Scour. Oh, Thought Scour hits Kroxa. Okay. Land. Now we're going to need to find that Song of Creation in the not super distant future. Is this another discard spell? Ops. And Death Shadow, sure. And Nile Spellbomb. Not actually good against our deck. Opponent. Well, come on, Song of Creation. Oh, that is Song of Creation. All right. Well, we're going to try it. Land. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Song of Creation. Now we are dependent on hitting a spell off the top of our deck to start the chain. But we got it down, and we're not dead. All right, opponent. Your go. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Through the discard spell. Show us that resilience. Opponent, combat. Gonna get it to hit us, sure. I guess Kolaghan's Command on our draw step could be a problem, depending on exactly what we draw. Opponent passes. Ugh, that's not it. Well, land go. Yeah, this is not ideal. Oh, the fizzle. The fizzle. Opponent Thought Scours. Goes to combat. Gets in, hits us. Down to 11. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Oh, Damping Sphere. And we did not bring in an answer for that. Oh, yeah, that is an issue. Well, Utopia Sprawl. Draw 2. On green, play a Forest. Jengatha. Draw 2. Oh, we got a... Alright, yeah, untapped, unfortunately. Yeah, Damping Spheres, that is an issue. That is really good against our deck. Well, Jengatha, draw 2. And pass the turn. So we might need to bring in some artifact destruction if our opponent's playing Damping Sphere. Hand discarded. Opponent. I mean, we do have a 5/5. Yeah, I'm not sure if we can win through this Damping Sphere. We did not sideboard with the Damping Sphere in mind. Normally, that's not a super heavily played Death Shadow card, I don't think. Opponent, combat, passes. All right, come on, non-land, please. Uh-oh. All right, opponent passes. Well, okay. Lab Maniac, draw 2. Go to combat, attack our opponent. Flame Jab, draw 2. Misty Rainforest, crack it. Forest. Utopia Sprawl, draw 2. Opponent's gonna crack, exile the graveyard, sure. Well, we'll see if we survive. Opponent's Death Shadow is definitely lethal. If they can kill Laboratory Maniac, we lose. Well, we got a couple lands out of the way. Put it on red, I guess. Play a land, pass the turn. Discard our hand. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Do they have the answer? Opponent taps. Okay, Collective Brutality, that does do it. That's enough to make Death Shadow lethal. Well, considering our opponent had Damping Sphere, we actually put up a really impressive fight. Opponent had double discard spells and Damping Sphere, and we were really close to still winning that game. So we'll bring in a Braid and Ancient Grudge. We'll go down, let's go 2 Pact of Negations. Go down 1 more Manamorphose. Maybe we just go 1 Pact. Let's go 1 Pact, run it like that. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that was actually one of our more impressive games. We didn't win, but our opponent had a lot of disruption, and we still made that incredibly close. Opponent had to have Collective Brutality, which is one of the only ways I think they'd still have removal in their deck. Yeah, we can't keep this, even though we have Song. Alright, I guess we keep. We'll put Pact of Negation to the bottom. Wooded Foothills. Crack Wooded Foothills. Get a Forest and Utopia Sprawl on red. Go. This might be another game where we're just racing to Jengatha. Bloodstained Mire. Opponent cracks it. Well, here comes discard, I presume. Watery Grave. And Inquisition. Sure. Takes the Canter. Makes sense. Well, we will Pentad Prism. Steam Vents tapped. Well, if we draw Song of Creation, we're in great shape. If we don't draw Song of Creation, I guess we just cast Jengatha and see what happens. Bloodstained Mire, opponent. Passes. Ritual. Well, play the land, and yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Companion. Pass the turn. We have access to like 10 mana. We just don't have anything to really do with it at the moment. Opponent cracks. Blood Crypt. Untap down to 14. And Thought Scour. Ooh, Teamer Battle Rage. Well, we gotta be aware of that. Bobble. We still want Song. Song of Creation is still the card that if we draw it and resolve it, we just win. Bloodstained Mire. Opponent cracks it. Blood Crypt. Untap to 11. That's Shadow. Opponent passing. Alright, let's see what we draw. Opponent gets to draw a card. Alright, so let's Syrup Visions. Put 2 lands to the bottom. Abrade Death Shadow. Go to combat. Do we even want to attack? Lurrus is the issue. Get in, hit our opponent. I think we're going to. Against perhaps our better judgment. Pass the turn. If our opponent has a land, they can land Lurrus Death Shadow. And this time Death Shadow is going to be massive. Alright, opponent plays a land. Not going to Lurrus? Not going to Lurrus. Well, go to combat. Get in with Jegantha. Opponent goes to 1. Play the land. Oh my goodness. Flame Jab. Give us a Flame Jab. Opponent Thought Scours. We need a Flame Jab. We need a Flame Jab. Or a Song of Creation. Opponent. Opt. Lurrus. Bobble. Islet. Wow, this actually went way better than I thought it was going to. Except we keep drawing lands. We'll go to combat. Tag our opponent. Opponent chumps. Goes up to 4. Another land. Pass the turn. Opponent grabs Bobble. Takes a peek. Untaps, draws a card. Wow, if we win with Jegantha, that would be hilarious. About it. I don't really want to crack the lands to thin the deck because we put 2 lands to the bottom of our deck, so we're not actually thinning. We're shuffling in lands. We're shuffling in as many lands as we're getting out, so I don't think it's actually a net gain. Maybe with 2 fetches, at least we're breaking even, but opponent's really thinking on this. They have 7 cards in hand, but they might be primarily designed to stop our combo, not to stop a 5/5 elk. Opponent passes. Well, so this has got to be Snapcaster, right? Alright, let's do it now. Wooded Foothills crack it. Get a Stomping Grounds tapped. Wooded Foothills crack it. Get a Breeding Pool tapped. Untap. Go to combat. Swing with Jegantha. Snapcaster. For what? Thought Scour or Opt? Opt. Opponent blocks. We'll pass the turn. I think we wait. I think we wait. We're short on the Grape Shot win by like 1. Oh, opponent goes to 3. Okay. This game. Opponent scries to the what? To the top. 8 cards in hand. Opponent passing. Another Snapcaster, I presume. Spell, please? Alright, Drown in the Loch takes down Jegantha. Well, I mean, we gotta go for it. Desperate Ritual. And Grape Shot. Actually, let's play the land. And Grape Shot you? If they have a counter, they gotta tap this blue mana, which is a loss of life, so I don't think a counter works here. Well, that was not spectacular, but... Okay, opponent opts. What can they opt into, though? Same. Yes! Wow, we pieced it together. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that worked. The companion kill worked. I mean, I think we benefited if our opponent had, on the turn when we killed Death Shadow, if they had just, instead of doing these like ops and lure, they had all these card draw spells, and I think they were trying to like make sure to hit stuff to stop our combo. So rather than just getting back this like 13 or 10/10 Death Shadow, our opponent kept playing spells to try to stop our combo. The problem is they couldn't stop the elk. So I don't know if that was, I mean, in hindsight, it definitely looked like a punt to not just get back Death Shadow. If they did do that, there's no way we win. But we also knew that our hand was a bunch of lands. When our opponent's living in fear of us just like playing Song of Creation and winning, well, yeah, that was the elk win. That was the elk win. Elk are back. Elk are back. that was spectacular. All right, so sweet. All right, against the odds time, we are comboing off with Song of Creation, and this hand's pretty good. We will keep little land heavy, but that's fine. We got the song, which is mostly what matters. Breeding Pool for our opponent. Untapped. And Birds of Paradise. Sure. Ritual's not bad. We'll play the Forest. We'll play Utopia Sprawl on, I guess red past the turn. So let's see. Next turn we can Canter. Then the following turn we can try to combo. Noble Hierarch. And Noble. Alright, so opponent's got all the mana. Opponent passes. We could Ritual out. Oh, no we can't. Alright, so we'll just play Wild Canter. Wooded Foothills. Pass the turn. So next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double land drop, Pyretic Ritual, and hope for the best. I mean, if our opponent has a counter, that's obviously bad. Sacred Foundry. They don't look like a deck that should be too counter heavy, though. Steam Vents. I'm guessing it's some sort of like Kiki pile. Opponent. Combat. Gets in. Hits us. Sure. I guess we could also just play Jengatha. And then we have tons of mana the next turn. We'll see what our opponent does. Another Birds. Well, Crackwooded Foothills. Take a Stomping Ground. Tapped. Untap. Ritual. I mean, I think we gotta go for it, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna go for it. If it all falls apart, it all falls apart. But we're gonna try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Song of Creation. Do you have a Spell Queller? Opponent does not, so we will Stomping Grounds, untapped. Island. Desperate Ritual, draw 2 cards. Oh, Manamorphose is perfect. Noxious, wow, we might actually win from here. Noxious Revival, get back Desperate Ritual, draw 2 cards. Another Manamorphose, also perfect. Pyretic Ritual, draw 2 cards. Yeah, I think there's a decent chance we win this game. Desperate Ritual, draw 2. Wow, this deck is so busted. Yep, we will Manamorphose, draw 3, add blue, white, Prism, draw some cards, Ritual. This deck is so busted. And we will Ritual, and we will Ritual, and we will Noxious Revival, a Ritual. And we will Canter and Ritual. It's so good! This deck is just absolutely insane. And we will, let's see. We have another Canter. I think we do. Oh, we don't? Alright. Well, Noxious Revival. Get back Ritual. Draw some cards. Canter. Draw some cards. Remove a counter. Prism. Draw some cards. This deck is so easy to combo with. It's really insane. It really is. Ritual. We just need to hit a finisher. There's Grape Shot. Alright, so we found a finisher. Ritual. Actually, let's Canter. So if you play the deck, play the sorcery speed stuff first, because the instant speed stuff is helpful with the Lab Maniac win. Kill Noble Hierarch. Draw a couple cards. Get rid of potential blue mana. And then we will Grape Shot your face. Draw some cards. Woo! Good game! That's a turn 3 kill! Busted! Busted! This deck is busted! It's so busted! Wow! Like, our odds of winning on turn 3 are ridiculously high. We just, like, very consistently have been able to win on turn 3. So we'll bring in some creature removal. I don't think we're going to bring in Counterspell Hate, even though our opponent could technically be sideboarding some of them. So bring in the Radiant Flames, maybe the Abrades. We'll go down a Canter. We'll go down a Manamorphose. We'll go down a Ritual, and one more, and let's go down with Noxious Revival, and run it like that. Huh! This deck's insane! It's insane! It is insane! We are very consistently winning on turn 3, and we started with almost nothing. Like, that shows the power of Song of Creation. We started completely tapped out. We Song of Creation, played both of our land drops, played a single Ritual, and proceeded to draw our entire deck and win the game. On turn 3. Like, that's exactly what happened that game. And we get Jengatha as our companion. This deck's it's busted. It's busted. Oddly, I think we're gonna keep this. This is not a hand that's even close to comboing, but since our opponent is very heavily on the Mana Dork plan, this Flame Jab just shooting down Mana Dork seems absurd. And our opponent apparently does not have Mana Dorks. Alright, so we will Forest and Utopia Sprawl on red. Stomping Grounds. Alright, so maybe we shouldn't have kept this hand. Maybe our theory of being able to wreck the Mana Dorks was a lacking one. Well, now we gotta hope we draw a Song of Creation. Land for our opponent. Okay, there's the Mana Dorks. That's good. Opponent, passing. Well, we will Flame Jab High Arc, Wild Canter, Misty Right Forest, go. I guess we just run out Jingotha next turn. That might actually be worth it, depending on what our opponent does. Just go Elks, go Elk Beatdown. Because you have to assume our opponent took out their creature removal. Like, you can't leave in creature removal after you just saw what happened. Which means the 5/5 might be free to just rule the roost. Or whatever an elk lives in. Forest? Den? What is an elk home called? I have no idea. Opponent. Quasali Pride Mage. Sure. Are you going to blow up Utopia Sprawl? Temple Garden. Untapped. Interesting. Oh, they want to leave up the activation. Well, we will get a Steam Fence. Tapped. Untap. Yeah, I mean, we're going to do it. Play the land. 1, 2, 3, 4, and sack Jingotha. Pass the turn. I mean, we don't got much else going on, but we got a 5/5. Jingotha's like so perfect for this deck. Well, backup plan initiated as we wait for a Song of Creation. The other sweet thing about Song of Creation is I don't actually think Pride Mate is that good at stopping it, because we can do a lot of comboing at instant speed. Opponent untaps. But we would like to find Song of Creation. Sulfur Falls. And Goif. Sure. Opponent. Passing. We draw a land. It's a lot of lands to discard to kill Goif. One, we have to discard all of them? Is it worth it? Well, I guess we'd have one left, right? Flame Jab, Goif, Flame Jab, Goif, Flame Jab, Goif. Oh, we would have to discard them all. We could just attack. We could kill the Pride Mate and attack. Yeah, let's kill Pride Mate. Flame Jab, Pride Mate. Discard a land. Flame Jab, Pride Mate. Discard a land. Go to combat. Attack for 5. Uh-oh. Does our opponent actually have removal? I guess they could have, like, Bolt. Alright, opponent has Lightning Helix. Well, we still kill the Goif. The bad news is, this does mean we're very much waiting for Song of Creation. About it. Yeah, that might have been too aggressive. Ooh, oh dear. Alright, we gotta find this Song of Creation very soon. Metamorphose. Well, Wooded Foothills. Crackwooded Foothills. Grab a mountain. Metamorphose. Red, green. More Flame Jabs. Alright, pass the turd. Yeah, Geist of St. Traft is an issue. That is an issue. So I think maybe we shouldn't have tried to attack with Jingotha. So now we're on a, what? 1, 2, 3 turn clock? So we either need to draw a sweeper or Song of Creation in the next 2 turns. Yeah, so we take 6 down to 12. And we can't Flame Jab away this Geist. Well, we know what we're looking for. We know what we're looking for. We have 2 turns to find it, theoretically. Another Goif. Well, let's Serum Visions. Alright, bottom. Top. Breeding Pool. Pass the turd. Well, we'll see. The Goif might speed up the clock. If our opponent has a burn spell, then we're just dead. Oh, they have the bolt. Alright, yeah. So opponent has the damage. Alright. So I think what we did wrong there was attack when Jingotha. We should have just left our Jingotha on the battlefield to play defense rather than trying to win with it, and trust that we would hit our combo pieces eventually. That was also kind of a greedy keep. Yeah, run it back. We're on the play. Well, we know what we want to do then. It seems like our opponent, at least from that hand, is not overloaded on counter spells. It seems like they're just trying to race us. And I don't think with us being on the play, they're going to be fast enough if we get a Song hand. So we get to play first. Reveal Jingotha. We'll actually keep this. We don't have Song, but we have 2 Serum Visions to find Song. And this Radiant Flames is one of our best sideboard cards. Like, turn 3 Serum Visions should be really or turn 3 Radiant Flame should be really effective. Play the island, certain visions. Bottom and definitely bottom. We have 2 Radiant Flames now, so we don't need Radiant Flames. Pass the turn. Or don't need a Braid since we have 2 Radiant Flames. Opponent, Windswept Teeth. Breeding Pool, untapped. And Noble Hierarch. Lab Maniac. Well, that's gonna be a minute till we need that. I think we first play Misty Rainforest. Crack Misty Rainforest. Get a Steam Vents. Tapped. Serum Visions. Bottom and also bottom. Alright, well, those Serum Visions did not reward us with Song of Creation. Windswept Teeth for our opponent. Combat. Attacks. Sure. Well, we will take 1. Opponent just passes. Play Wooded Foothills. Lots of lands. Crack Wooded Foothills. Grab a Forest. And, yeah, let's play Lab Maniac. I mean, there's not much of a downside to just running it out because we can always get it back later. Stomping Grounds, untapped. What does our opponent have? All right, Lightning Bolt. I guess the downside is, and maybe we should have thought this through, is that does grow the Tarmogoyf by getting a creature in the graveyard outside of Radiant Flames range. So maybe that was riskier than we thought. Opponent, combat. Hits us for 1. Yeah, down to 16. Opponent passes. Yeah, let's Wooded Foothills. Do we want a Radiant Flames just a Noble Hierarch? Maybe. Yeah, let's do it. Let's Radiant Flames. Actually, I don't think it's worth it. Let's not do it. Let's wait. How do we do this? Because we do want to play Jingatha next turn. Yeah, let's just pass. Let's just pass. I think that's the argument for Radiant Flames is we do want to just play Jingatha, and doing it on an empty board would be nice. Opponent cracks. Sacred Foundry. Tapped. Yeah. But just killing a Noble Hierarch isn't that much value. Opponent untaps. Opponent might be leaving up counters. That seems possible. Combat. Opponent gets in, hits us, 15. The amount of burn is scary. Like, that is the way we could die. Opponent's going to pass. Well, Crack Wooded Foothills. Keep thinning the deck. Down to 14. Take a Stomping Grounds tapped. Untap. Yeah, play a Forest. Jingatha. Pass the turn. Does our opponent have a way to kill the Elk? Oh, opponent left in path. Interesting. Alright. Well, there goes our backup plan. So now we're waiting on Song of Creation. Opponent bolts our face. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a chance we get burnt out. Another Hierarch. Well, we're definitely going to Radiant Flames this turn. We got to. Opponent, combat. Gonna hit us down to 9, which is like triple bolt range. And our opponent has shown a lot of bolts. Yep, down to 9. Opponent passes. Well, red, green, blue. Radiant Flames. Opponent vetoes. Well, red, blue, green. Radiant Flames. Breeding Pool tapped. Alright. Alright. One of you got opponent. If they can untap and play like Geist or Goyf, that's pretty bad. If we can't find Song. Opponent. Oh, they just must have a million answers in hand. It's gotta be. Opponent passes. We will play Wild Canter. Scalding Tar and pass the turn. So many lands! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so we don't have that many lands left in our deck, which is good. Uh-oh. Snap. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is getting worse. This is getting much worse. Snapcaster for Bolt. Oh, yeah. Interesting. I am very surprised our opponent left in path just for Jingatha, but it worked. Bolts our face down to 6. Yeah, I mean, if our opponent just has a handful of bolts, that will beat us. Yeah, opponent kept the, like, max interaction hand without any big threats. But that actually seems decent against our deck. Opponent combat. Yep. Is our opponent really holding more vetoes? It's a little insane. Stomping Grounds. Tapped. Untap. Well, let's Manamorphose. Red, blue. Misty Rainforest. Pass the turn. Yeah, I think the fizzle is on. Well, I guess it's good. I guess it's good that we don't go undefeated with our Against Odds deck. That might be a little too much. Opponent. Helix to 2. And another burn spell. Royal Syods. Okay, well, oh wait, this gives trample? Alright, yeah. Well, the fizzle. Max fizzle mode there. Huh. Well, that was interesting. Well, I guess you can't win them all. Alright. Against the odds time, we are playing Song of Creation, Wombo Combo, and we got a Song of Creation, which means we will snap keep. This hand's actually great. I mean, we do need Song of Creation to resolve, but we will play it basically as quickly as possible because we have Flame Jab. So one, we are going to need, it's going to be turn 3 by the looks. So we will just Misty Rainforest, crack Misty Rainforest. Get a Steam Vents and Serum Vision. Land in Prism. Well, put on top. Put on top. This hand is looking good. Pass the turn. Well, no Thoughtseize, please. No Thoughtseize. Anything but Thoughtseize. Urza's Tower. Alright, I think we can probably race this. I think there's a decent shot. So we will play Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Blue, green, Prism, pass the turn. So I think we could just win before our opponent gets a chance to assemble Tron. That is my hope. Oh, Drowsy Temple. Mana Reshaper. Oh, okay. Yes, odds of winning increasing dramatically. So we will, let's see, Ritual, play Ritual, green, blue. Song of Creation, Wooded Foothills, crack Wooded Foothills. Actually, let's just Canter. Canter, draw 2. Ooh, 2 lands. Alright. Play Scalding Tarn, crack the lands, get a Forest, get a Mountain, Metamorphose, draw 2. Or draw 3. We just need to hit rituals. There's a ritual. Alright, so we add red and blue. That's a lot of lands. Desperate Ritual. And Noxious Revival is not bad. So we can Noxious Revival, Desperate Ritual. Draw 2. Desperate Ritual. We'll draw 2. And then Desperate Ritual. Draw 2. Pyretic Ritual. Draw 2. Nice try, Trod. Get back a Desperate Ritual with Noxious Revival. Draw 2. Get back a Desperate... actually, let's just Metamorphose. That's fine. Metamorphose. Draw 2. Add blue, green. Ritual. Draw 2. This deck is so busted! Yeah. Canter. Draw 2. And... Canter, draw 2, and Prism, draw 2. Metamorphose, draw 3, red and green, Canter, draw 2. And then we will Metamorphose, draw some cards, red, blue, Prism, draw some cards. There's Lab Maniac. So we have 11 cards in our deck. Yeah, let's go on the Lab Maniac plan. So we will Noxious Revival, a Ritual, draw 2, Ritual, draw 2. And then we will Ritual, keep drawing 2, add a blue, Lab Maniac, Ritual, draw 2, and opponent sees what's happening, scoops it up, and yeah, I mean that is what this deck can do. Opponent played 2 lands, and we played our deck. I mean that is literally the power of this deck. Like, that is what it can do. You play a couple lands, we win. Alright, so, opponent. Yeah, play an Eldrazi Trod. We will bring in 2 Abrades and an Ancient Grudge. We will go down a Canter, a Noxious Revival, and a Pyretic Ritual. Run it like that. So Thought-Knot Seer is a concern. Opponent could Thought-Knot Seer us. They probably have Chalice of the Void, which is decent against us, but I mean, if we can do what we did there, we should be fine. And Jingotha is actually pretty sweet against our opponent's deck. That blocks a lot of Eldrazi. This hand doesn't have much of anything. We don't have a song, and we don't even have enough lands to do much. We do have a bunch of rituals, but we will mulligan. Well, alright. We got a song. We will keep. We will put a Noxious Revival to the bottom. And we'll see what happens. Opponent's mulliganing for something. I imagine our opponent cannot very effectively deal with Song of Creation once it's on the battlefield. Alright, opponent has Expedition Map. Wooded Foothills. Crack it. Get a Forest. Utopia Sprawl on... let's go red. Oh boy. Well, Free Rolling Tron is a way our opponent can beat us. Opponent passes. Okay, that's a little frightening. Well, play Prism. Wooded Foothills. Well, opponent's gonna have Tron, and we will see what they can do with it. Ugh. Yeah, opponent might be able to win the raid. We'll see. They are Eldrazi Tron, so the odds of just having, like, 7 mana Karn or less. Odds of having little Karn are higher. Okay, Reality Smasher is fine. That we do not care about. Opponent gets in, hits us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we will untap Ritual. So we will cast a Ritual. Blue-green. Song of Creation. Crack Wooded Foothills. Get a Forest. Ritual. Draw 2. Noxious Revival. Get back a Ritual. Draw 2. Manamorphose. I mean, I think... Are we just going to turn 3 Eldrazi twice? I think the odds are heavily in favor of us winning this game. And getting even higher with those draws. I mean, I think it's just game. Busted. Blue and red. And then we'll cast a Ritual. Draw 2. Noxious Revival, a Ritual. Draw 2. Wild Canter. Draw 2. Oh, more Rituals. We do like more Rituals. Ritual. Draw 2. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Taking down our worst enemy in the Modern format with two turn 3 combo kills. Ritual. Draw 2. I think we still have an extra land drop, too, that we can use at some point if we need to. Hey, it's a Ritual. I think we should cast that and draw 2. This deck's so busted. Yeah. We'll play a Wild Canter. And you know what that'll do? Draw 2. Prism. Draw 2. Canter. Draw 2. I'm surprised our opponent hasn't scooped. I wonder if they have a way out of this. Manamorphose. Draw 3! Change it up a little bit. Oh. Okay, opponent Warping Whales to make an Eldrazi Scion. And opponent gave us the GGs. Huh! Taking down Eldrazi! Taking down Eldrazi and the Tron! That was maybe the best example of what this deck can do. I mean, that might be it. That might be the best example. Just 2 turn 3 kills. Opponent tried. They played Tron stuff. They had Tron on turn 3 both matches, and it just didn't matter. Tron is not enough. It's not enough because we get to draw our entire deck and win the game. Sonic Creation's busted. It is busted. It is busted. It is busted. Wow. All right. Nice try, Tron. Nice try. So what do we learn this week about Song of Creation combo for Modern? And overall record-wise, 3-2, which, I mean, that's a fine record. More importantly, altogether we played 12 games with the deck, and we had turn 3 wins, 5 of them. That means our turn 3 win rate, win or loss, across every single game we played, we were close to 50% for winning on turn 3, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, we had so many insane combo games, and even in the matches we lost, one of them was like to that Boros Prison deck, and oh my goodness, were we close to winning with the Jingotha backup beatdown plan twice. We were right at the edge. That was an insane match. And then against Zoo, our opponent had a bunch of like Dovin's vetoes and a bunch of burn spells. Plus, in the Zoo matchup, we got to kind of see the downside of the deck, which is spectacular as our deck is when we have Song of Creation. If we don't have Song of Creation, then things can go much, much worse. But thankfully, or unthankfully, I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but since we have blended mulligans, we can mulligan very aggressively for Song of Creation because the rest of our deck doesn't really matter. Like, Song of Creation is worth literally our entire deck worth of cards. Like, quite literally, if we have Song of Creation, we are odds on to draw our entire deck that turn. I think we fizzled a single time out of all of our combo games, so we're very, very likely to draw our deck. So going down to 6 cards, or 5 cards, or even 4 cards, it's not really a big deal, because as long as we end up with Song of Creation on the battlefield, it's immediately going to net back 50 cards on this turn that we cast it, so we can mulligan really aggressively for it. Syrup Visions does help us get to it, but all around, I think this deck is very close to being spectacular. Like, I think consistently comboing on turn 3, that is a legitimate thing in Modern. Like, that's what top tier decks can do in Modern. I think the next step for this deck, as far as really developing into a legitimate top tier archetype, is basically a better backup plan. Like, that's the one thing that can really go wrong. Let's say our opponent can Unmoored Ego, our Song of Creation, or even like counter our first 2 Song of Creations. The rest of our deck isn't going to do a whole lot, so we are very, very dependent on Song of Creation. If we can have this same shell or something very similar that also has a more legitimate backup plan where if things go wrong we can still win, like Jengatha was close. Like, oddly, Jengatha was very close to being a legit backup plan on itself, but maybe a tiny bit more backup plans for the games when we don't have Song of Creation, and I would not be surprised if Song of Creation was a legitimate deck in Modern. Like, seriously, we comboed off on turn 3 almost 50% of the time. 5 out of 12 games that we played, turn 3 combos. That is absurd. That's what real Modern decks do. Song of Creation absolutely busted. The deck is spectacular. If you like drawing cards, if you like winning quick, if you like your opponents being like, oh my goodness, like, that's way better than I thought, which several of our opponents did, this might be the deck for you. So anyway, that's Song of Creation. That's been our Against Odds for this week. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.